Cougar fans, welcome back to part 2 of our interview with Morgan Pyper. Still glad to have you with us. We kind of winded down a little bit about when you wanted to take it serious, but I also want to hear about your journey to BYU because you said it's unique. We talked about it a little bit, so just let us in on that story.
So like I said, like what I was alluding to before, I decided before my mission that I was going to do everything that I could to play football at BYU. So I took it very seriously on the mission as far as working out, and basically just kind of what I could do then is just make sure I kept myself in good shape while I was in Italy, right? Mm-hmm. It's sometimes tough because the food over there is pretty good, right? And lots of pizza, lots of gelato, lots of pasta. So
a lot of carbs.
The best, right? Lots of carbs. I mean, it's a lot of working out, right? But it was good, and I was able to stay in pretty good shape and keep myself, in a good position to, just like right when I got home, that I could get right to it and start building more, because you can't obviously do as much as you would want to on the mission because got other things to take care of.
Exactly.
That's right.
Rule number 1 is everything.
Working out was a priority, but it wasn't the number 1 priority.
You're set apart for a reason. You got that.
Amen, bro.
Absolutely.
Got home. I didn't take high school. I mean, not like I had bad grades. I think I finished like a 3.5, 3.6. Didn't really apply myself too much. Always kind of assumed that. So my dad actually teaches at BYU-Idaho.
Okay.
I assumed that maybe he could pull some strings, get me in at BYU. He said, "Morgan, I can't do that. I don't know why you thought I could do that." And so in my eyes, I was like, okay, I'm not accepted BYU. I won't get accepted off of my transcripts from high school. And then I went to BYU-I and went as a part-time student. And this is all through the advice of my friend Nate Mickle, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, be a part-time student so your NCAA clock won't start. And then in January of 2018, I was a full-time student, and that's when because they had to get at least 25 credits to transfer. So I was able to get good enough grades there, and I got accepted at BYU, and that was a pretty special experience because you can't even try out for the team unless you get accepted, right? So everything I was working for, it meant nothing, right? Unless I got accepted. So I got accepted. It was a pretty sweet moment, and then I had to going up to why I was going to BYU-I, I worked as a PE teacher at an elementary school. And then
that's my dream job.
Oh, it's the best job I've ever had. It's the greatest, and there's nothing like working with kids and it's hard work, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hard work. It's more exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's never a day you don't leave, just feeling like, man, like that. You just feel good, fulfilled, and I loved it. And then once I turned 21. My dad actually he's a professor at BYU and he owns a driver's ed business.
Okay.
So I was a certified driver's ed instructor as well. So I was teaching these kids how to drive.
I love that.
And it was good like that. So that's how I made my money to be able to pay for things when I got to BYU, right? Found I got accepted, walked on, found out I walked on I think BYU played Arizona in 2018. And I basically I was walking on, so the walk-on tryouts was the week after the game, and then there was like 60 or 70 of us. They took 4 of us, but even the 4 of us that made it, we had a 2-week tryout after that, right, where they could catch you any day.
Oh, yeah. So
they didn't find out until like week 5 or week 6 of that 2018 season that I was officially on the team, and then. Yeah, so that was kind of the process there, and then I was just immediately came as a running back, right? So I tried out as, and I just played on Scout O for a couple of weeks, and just did my best because the advice I got was you get on special teams as soon as you can, and then all the other doors will open for you. So that was kind of an expedited version of the story, but yeah, just some cool opportunities along the way. I mean, I wouldn't trade the world for being able to be a PE teacher, and teaching driver's ed was awesome, and it was those were like the things that allowed me to be able to pursue that dream. And then
how did you stay motivated during those years? Because you graduated, I'm not gonna say the year. You graduated
I don't even know
next
that.
year, and then you came onto the team in 2019. So in those several years after you graduated. How did you stay motivated?
I think I've always been driven by goal setting. So everything that I've done with my goals is like if I didn't have anything to work for, then I found myself not, the most. It just wasn't, I just wasn't most proficient. I wasn't, really like, how I find success in life or how I find motivation in life is by, setting goals, right? And so when I was growing up, sports were huge, like, okay, if I do this and this and this, and then that's what motivated me to be good in all aspects of my life, right? But then when I got to high school, then it was, okay, it's high school sports, and then it's the mission, right? And then I finished my mission, so it was always like point A to point B to point C. After the mission, the next point for me, I was tunnel vision straight to BYU football, right? I did everything that I could to make that a possibility. So, and I know I had worked that hard, for it. I was like, I got to give it everything I can, or else I'll regret it for the rest of my life. And so if that's a goal I've had since I was little, I just wanted that dream to come to fruition. So that's what motivated me. It was just the dream to play for BYU.
And that's just inspiring to anybody who's looking out there trying to play, because you really can if you dedicate it. Also you're a heck of an athlete. So
no, I appreciate it.
That's gonna wind down our second segment. We literally could go on forever.
Good.
Yeah, I love like we butt heads in practice, but I love getting to know this side of you. It's just so interesting to do this. But Cougar fans, thanks for watching part 2 of our interview with Morgan. Be sure to stick around for part 3 and part 4. Gonna get a little bit more this next segment about the Big 12 and seasons of the past and whatnot. So a little more football in-depth content. So be sure to stick around for that, Cougar fans. But thanks for watching part 2. Thank you for watching this interview. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the other 2 parts of this interview, plus all of our other interviews we do with BYU athletes. We also like to give a special thanks to our Cougar Board insiders for making this possible.